and they have a conversation, and well, to make a long story short, she was like, "It was my mom, wasn't it? You didn't tell on my dad. It was my mom." And he broke down and told her. He said, "You know, yeah, I knew how you would take it," and he was about to say, I was trying to protect you, but she finished his sentence and said, "You were trying to protect me." This was to me, this scene was them letting us know definitely or definitively that Wells was in love with Clark, because you just don't take on what he took on for someone that's just your best friend. This was the woman that he was deeply in love with.
Yeah.
You know.
He didn't want her to lose two parents that day. He didn't want her to lose two parents that day.
Right. He didn't want to lose two parents. She was like, "You let me hate you." And he said, what are friends for? Didn't he say that?
Yeah, I think he said that.
Yeah, he said, "What are friends for?" And she's like, "Can you forgive me? It's already done."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, for me, that was love, real love, true love. That man, I'll let you hate me before we're happy together and you're estranged from the only parent that you have. That's amazing. That was good writing, good acting, just a hell of a situation to play out on screen.
Absolutely. That was some amazing writing.
Absolutely. So usually I don't talk a lot about writing and scenes, but that was exceptional for me. So what do you have next, Ash?
They're back in the dropship, and it's Monty, Octavia, and Finn.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all sharing what's left of the whiskey that Finn found in the car. Octavia says, "Disgusting. Love it."
That's my girl.
And then all of a sudden, Jasper pipes up asking for some. He's like, "Can I get a hit of that?"
That's Jasper for you, boy. That was perfect. That was right in character for him.
And then proper Finn, he's all, let's start with the soft stuff.
Right.
And he gives him some water. I liked how they were all kneeling around him. End of that scene, the four of them. And I thought, when I watched the show for the first time, I thought it was going to be like, they were going to be like unbreakable bond group of friends. Like the five of them.
Mm-hmm.
Which not all of them really got that close, but I thought it was going to be like one of those like kind of high school drama kind of shows where that was like the band of friends.
Oh, yeah. Not so.
Yeah.
Okay, so they pan out to the final scene, and you want to take it? I know you love this scene. You want to take this? Because I love it too, but go ahead. Do the honors. Close us out.
All right. Walls is relaxing after burying Adam, and he's just ecstatic to be, reunited as friends with Clark. When Charlotte comes up behind him and she's acting like she wants to have a talk with him, and she starts telling him about how she's having these nightmares, and Walls is just kind of sitting there listening to her story, and all of a sudden she just jukes him in the neck like she saw Clark do to Adam, and she tells him it's the only way to stop her nightmares, which was to slay her demons.
Yes.
Just like, Belle had told her to. And she just sits there and hums the song that Clark was humming over his body.
Just terrible.
That's when I knew this show I'm like, Did that little girl just... I
Yeah, did they have a 12-year-old murder someone?
I had never seen anything like it on TV before. Like, in the movies, you see fucked up shit like that. But on, like, a TV show... I mean, I watch American Horror Story, so I'm not totally blind to what happens in television nowadays. But I wasn't expecting this show to go there. And they went there.
Yeah, I was shocked.
And I was shocked when I seen that she was incarcerated.
Yeah.
And then they shocked me again at the end when I'm like, did she?
She did.
It's still one of the most jaw-dropping moments I've ever had in television.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. I can't.
Apart from when, like, you're watching something and, like, you see characters for a while and all of a sudden something crazy happens and you get shocked and you're like, what? Did that just happen? But, like, she's a new character, right? You don't know much about her. It's just the fact that she was so young.
That was, like you said...
Even trying to talk about it, I'm kind of speechless. I'm like, I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, she's like 11, maybe 12 years old, and she just literally took the advice from someone to mean you should kill the person that you see as your demon. She took it in her hands and took him out.
Well, Bellamy didn't know that she was that her nightmares were a person.
No, absolutely not. But that's how she interpreted it. And that's how you have to be careful when you're talking to people, especially kids.
I know.
They'll take the wrong thing literally. And these are your results.
She could have been having nightmares about spiders or something.
Right.
And then what he said might have made a good thing to say. Well, maybe.
Yeah, it was a good thing to say. Just probably when you're talking to a kid like that, you might want to find out some more context behind what the kid is talking about.
Yeah.
Versus giving off advice.
But I mean, another smashing end to an episode. This show really knows how to end an episode.
Yes, and we've said this several times. Yes, they do.
This is technically our third time saying it, but technically it's like our 20th time.
Yeah. Right. We've said this in the future. So, again, another praiseworthy ending to an episode. I stand and clap my hands, just revel in what is now probably one of my... This is probably my favorite ending of all seasons, just because of the pure shock value.
Of all episodes, you mean? Because this isn't a season ending.
This is my favorite ending to an episode throughout the series of the show. That's what I'm saying. This is probably my favorite because it's just shocking and at all points when it comes to this ending.
I know one thing that has to be for sure. They definitely didn't lose any viewers after this episode.
No. You were coming back.
You were watching episode 4 after you watched episode 3.
Right. Speaking of episode 4, another shocking turn coming up in episode 4. Just another hard to watch episode for me. Well, not hard to watch, just that scene that we're talking about coming up in episode 4. Hard for me to watch. So, if there's nothing left, you can catch us on the CW100 podcast at gmail.com. You can catch us on Spreaker.com. You can catch us at the CW100 podcast on Twitter. And what about you, Ash? Anything you want to
add? You can find us on Facebook at the 100 Podcast. And you can also join the largest the largest fan group on Facebook that's international. You can also become a member of the 100 fan group on Facebook. We're an international group for members all over the world, 20,000 strong.
Yes, and we post our episodes to that group for people to take advantage of and listen to. So we also have an Android app. It's called the CW100 Podcast on Android. It'll be coming to iTunes soon. Yeah, anyway, that's that.
That's what we got so far, people.
That's what we got so far, people. That's what we have so far. So with that being said, I want you to know that the intro, all the music you hear from in our episodes is from Bensound. Bensound, and it's a bensound.com. Yeah. So, thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Jaha out.
Night, people.